Here with head softball coach David Williams. David, just your thoughts on your first season at Morehead State.
We had some ups and downs. And when you look at the overall record, obviously that wasn't where we want to be or where we would like to be. But, if you look inside of that, there was a lot of things, a lot of improvement throughout the season, a lot of close games. We were in a lot of games. We just seemed to have an inability to close some games out and hold on to leads late. But if you look at everything as a whole, you lose 10 games by 1 run, 7 games by 2. We're in those ball games, and that's obviously a really rewarding situation to be, at least to have a shot in it. But like I said, when you look at the record, that's not where we want to be, and we need to find a way to turn that around and win those 1- and 2-run ball games.
Talk a little bit about the OVC play. It was your first time around in the league. You took 3 series, one from Jacksonville State, who was a perennial favorite every year, and then ended the year on winning series from Tennessee State and Tennessee Tech.
Yeah, well, when you look at it, anytime you can take a series and take 2 wins from Jacksonville State, Tennessee Tech, that's always a real positive. Traditionally, they're 2 of the top teams in the conference, especially Jacksonville State, who has had a lot of success in recent years, winning the OVC, going to regionals, even going to super regionals one year. So when you look at that and you can see that you're able to compete and take series away from teams like Jacksonville State, Tennessee Tech, obviously that gives you a good foundation to build upon. And that is indicative of how we could have played all year, and we played some of our best ball in those 2 weekends. One of the problems we seemed to have this year was getting everything to come together at one time. Having the pitching, the hitting, everything come together all on the same day. Those series, those things happened. And as you can see, once we get everything to kind of roll in the right direction, we can have success against a lot of those top teams in our conference. I thought we played really well against a lot of the teams in the conference, and we had our chance. And a lot of those 1- and 2-run losses were in conference play. And I think if you look at it, and we were able to hold on to some games here and there or squeak out another run here and there, our conference schedule, our record's a lot different.
And you lost 5 seniors, but you have a lot of starters and people who played significant time returning, as well as 9 newcomers added to the mix next year. How does that bode for next year, having a good mix of old and new?
Well, the one thing is, with a lot of players coming back that have experience, it's obviously a rewarding experience because we can go into the season and know that we have game experience and people that have gone through the OVC and been through a full season schedule at the college level, those types of things. So I think that that's a real positive for us, and we have some players coming back that will really, really help us. We do have quite a few players coming in. I think one of the biggest things is with the players coming in, we add a couple pieces to the puzzle that we may not have had this year. Some situational things that would have helped us out a lot this year in certain situations with some games. Adding depth is probably a big thing. Not only depth at positions that we need depth at, but depth as a whole on our roster, which will create hopefully some competition, and we'll be working a little bit harder. It's a lot of positives can come out of bringing in new players and then mixing them with the old. Obviously, the old players can provide some leadership and guidance, and the new players, they're just going to be hungry. Anytime you bring in somebody new, they're going to want to try to prove themselves to everybody else. So I feel like, with the players we have coming back, we've got a great foundation there. And with some of the players we have coming in, we've got some pieces that we can slide in here and there, and we can add some depth to our overall roster.
And one of those players returning is a senior-to-be Amber Riddle. Had a great season, set the single-season home run record with 12, was named second-team All-OVC, and National Fast Pitch Coaches Association All-Mid-East first team. Just talk a little bit about her play and her job as being an offensive juggernaut for Morehead State.
When you look at Amber, I don't know if, we could have asked her to have any better season. She did a great job. She led us in, I think, about every offensive category. Batting average, RBIs, home runs. She was up there in hits. So, when you look at Amber as a player, actually just seeing her from the fall till the end of the season, she developed really well. She started going with the outside pitch. She was patient at the plate. She drew a lot of walks. A lot of people started pitching around her to avoid her from getting a big hit. I really hope that next year she can have a really great senior season, and I'm really hoping that we can protect her a little bit more in the lineup by putting good hitters in front of her and behind her. We had some situations this year. We had good hitters around her, but they still felt comfortable pitching around her some. And what we really want to try to create next year is be really solid 1 through 9 in that order, so that they can't pitch around anybody. So we're hoping that can get her numbers even better, so that they can throw to her a little bit more. But I can't ask her to do any better than what she did this year. I mean, it'd be great if she hit 400. That'd be awesome. But, she gave us everything she had, and she did a really good job. And, she might have had a couple of games here and there all year that she might have been off a little bit. But overall, she was very consistent. She's one of those players that every time she came to the plate, I felt very confident she was going to get a hit. So, was able to produce for us offensively and did a great job defensively as well. So, like I said, you can't ask her to do much better than what she did.
Great. And then obviously, I'm sure you have summer workouts planned for your team. Just talk a little bit about that and heading into the next season.
Well, yeah, we do have summer workouts. Everybody's got weight workouts, conditioning workouts. The pitchers have their pitching workouts that they're to follow this summer. I guess the big thing there is we want everybody to come back in the best shape they can come back in, stronger. We really need to get our endurance up. We need to get our strength up. And if everybody can come back and really follows their workout and can come back in great shape, come back stronger, it's only going to help us as a team. We're going to be stronger across the board, and we're going to have a little bit more competition in some areas because people are going to push each other in that area, and they're going to get better, which is going to help our overall game. So we definitely have workouts and hoping that they're being followed and that everybody's doing their part to help this team get stronger, to get better. As we look into next year, kind of like we talked about already, we've got a lot of returners coming back, a lot of experience. We've got a lot of new players coming in as well, but I think if we can get all the pieces to fit in the right place, it's going to be really successful for us next year. We're looking to build the program and do great things, and I think that if everybody buys in and does what is required of them and really works hard and pushes each other in the fall, and then as we go into early practice when we come back in January as we get ready for that spring season, I think that we can have a really good year next year. We just need to stay focused on what our overall objective is, and that's obviously winning as many ball games as we can, but obviously we want to be in contention for that OVC title come May.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.